Come on, Vishy, make a move.
Make a move.
Madness. Come on.
This is unbelievable. This is shocking. I'm stunned to see it. He's thinking this long on this, the fourth move of the chess game, analyzing what I do not know.
So it's all down to this game. Smiryan opens with his favorite e4 move, and Anand playing symmetrically for the moment. Smiryan lashing out with his pawn.
So this is a typical opening that Anand uses. He's used it in many big-time competitions. He's won a lot of games with it. And now, just playing quickly, all he needs to do is draw, and he'll move on to the next round. Kasparov awaits the winner.
So that's a slight surprise. Anand thinking about this move. Slightly unusual. Now, what's he going to play?
I've never seen Anand so uncertain. It's incredible. He's spending a lot of time on his clock, and you have to remember that he's spotting Smiryan a minute, and for him to be thinking this deeply, and it's only like the fourth move on the board. It's incredible.
So at this point in time, one of Anand's biggest weapons was the Petrov's defense, which he played in this game, responding to this knight with developing your f knight as well instead of your knight to c6. So it's kind of weird to see him getting stumped on the fourth move of the game. Surely he's a grandmaster, he should have looked through all the theory. Well, my guess as to what he might have thought is after he plays d6, the main line, he might have thought that Smiryan might try to go for an early knight sacrifice when knight takes f7. And he probably analyzed this line. Now, taking this knight is very dangerous. You cannot do this. Queen h5. If you try to retreat your king, you get checkmated in just 8 moves. And if you try to block, queen d5 is going to win your knight. And if you try to run your king like this, queen e7, your knight's pinned. You try to defend your knight like this, then bishop b5, securing the king and the queen, where the knight can't take because it's pinned. So this is clearly just not a good option. So after knight f7, what black should do is play queen e7. Now if white takes the rook, now we have knight c3, discovered check, and this queen is being hit by this knight. So that's no good. White's gonna lose. So white should respond with queen e2, unpinning, protecting their king from the line of sight of this queen. But now black can safely take this knight, as queen h5 does not work because we block. Queen d5 does not win the knight anymore. So we can go queen e6, which is basically just a forced queen trade. That's my only guess as to what Anand was analyzing, but let's see how the rest of the game transpires.
To think about 4 moves, this is completely ridiculous. He's putting himself into a deep hole.
Yeah, I mean, this simple recapture of the pawn by white is a little bit unusual. Normally you attack this knight first. Having said that, the position is fairly simple. What is Vishy doing?
He's finally made a move. I mean, could it have been that dramatic? I do not know what he was thinking about, but it's certainly surprising he spent all that time and finally he's chased the knight. Although he's renowned to be an incredible speed player, we've seen him uncertain in this match. He needs to get his form back, and he's lost a lot of time in the clock, and he needs to start whipping out some moves. And finally, he's pushed his pawn up, and now he's beginning to play a little bit quicker. The bishop attacking, and now his knight has come out into the game, and now he's speeding up. The king is castled.
So this is a fairly well-known position, but Anand has used almost 2 minutes to get there. I just don't know what he was doing. So he's played this way before. This is a known theoretical position. So Anand knows it very well, but he's moving. He's used a lot of time on his clock. He's used a lot of time, and now he's under 3 minutes. And Smiryan has not even used 1 minute. He's not even used 60 seconds on his clock. Anand already used about 2 minutes 15 seconds. So the time could be a crucial factor here. Anand's position is fine, very solid, reasonable. He has great experience with this opening, but he's down on time.
He's exchanging off pieces now. His knight has to drop back, and he's dropped back to the center. The knight kicking at this bishop.
So let's suppose he wants to stave that bishop. Well, then he'll have to drop it back 1 square. He doesn't want to do that.
He's left it alone.
Smiryan increasing the pressure. Now, this knight is stopping this attack down towards the king. The queen and bishop in a very threatening battery down here. So the pawn has come up. He's taken. Oh, this is fantastic. He's taken this pawn. He's sacrificing a piece.
So this is sort of the turning point in the game where we realize that black might actually win this game. Anand might actually win. Because Smirin takes this pawn on b7, sacrificing his knight to take this pawn, and now this knight looks like it's about to be lost due to this pin. Now Smirin probably looked like, okay, there's no way for black to defend this knight. There's bishop b4, but what do you do after f3 is what Smirin probably thought. What he probably calculated when playing queen takes b7. But now you can just play the very critical move, king h8, getting your knight out of this pin. And now if white tries to take this bishop, knight takes e3, and black is simply up a piece, and Anand is not going to let that advantage die.
And now
Smirin has collected another pawn. It seems as if he thought he was going to win this knight, but Anand has defended it quite simply with this bishop move, and maybe Smirin is going to be down a piece.
Okay, but Smirin has 2 pawns for this piece, and he's now got a third. So he has 3 pawns for the piece. That's compensation itself.
I can't help but think, though, that Anand up a piece is a lot more confident. He's starting to move like his old self. He's gotten the challenge, and he's going to try to meet it, moving much quicker, moving his king now up that dangerous, deadly diagonal. He's put it in the corner, hiding it, and he has a piece. But as you said, Danny, 3 pawns for it is what white has.
Yeah, but I mean, I would prefer white's position here, definitely. And at least Anand has something to go for now. It's fairly clear where his chances lie. So he's down on time, but he's got something to play for now.
He's whipping off moves. There's suddenly a pause in the situation. Look at Smirin's bishop. Despite being a piece down, he has some healthy bishops sitting in the middle of the board, and he's attacking a pawn, and Anand has ignored it. This is why they call this a shootout. Both sides' guns come out blazing, and now making sure that no attack happens, and Anand has sacrificed the bishop in the middle, but of course he would gain that queen, and he sacrificed his rook for the bishop, and now he's attacking a rook and a queen. This is fantastic battle going on here.
So the reason he's done that is to trade off pieces. There you go, he's just trading more pieces off the board.
And it seems he's about to win not just 1 pawn but 2. He's ripping a rook. No, in fact, he's only going to win 1 pawn, and he's up a piece. And Danny, this is like a quick turnaround, and Anand is just up a piece.
Okay, he's up a piece, but he's taking a pawn. Fantastic.
And he sacrificed his queen. Unbelievable sacrifice. Anand showing his form.
So, at the start of this, Smirin had 3 pawns for the piece. Now he's only got 1. Vishy has a clearly winning position here. The only problem is time. He has about 1.5 minutes to try and win this game. Smirin has over 3 minutes.
And look at Anand display his skill, his accuracy, and his moves moving quickly, showing just why they consider him so fast and so rich a speed player. He's just moving quickly now. He's at a big disadvantage on the clock, but he's got an extra piece.
But this is not over yet. This game is not over. Anand has only 1.5 minutes to try and win this game.
Oh, but look at that position. The pieces. Oh, and he thumped that rook down with authority, and bam, he's ripped off all the extra pawns. He's just got a pass pawn, and look at him make a minute look like a year. He's ripped another pawn off the board. Anand seemingly coming